Good morning and welcome to today's College Football Playoff Champions News Conference. We are joined by Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh, Most Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game Blake Corum, and Most Outstanding Defensive Player of the Game Will Johnson. Coach, we'll let you start with an opening statement and then we'll take questions.
Just really happy, excited, and I want to thank the CFP, the entire week this week, the last week, everything conducive to getting our team ready to play. I want to congratulate Washington, Kalen DeBoer, fantastic coach, and their staff, all their players. I mean, they competed so hard, played so well, and our guys too. It's real credit to the game of football, and proud of our guys for coming out on top.
Let's take questions. We're going to begin right over here on our left, second row.
Blake, congrats on the offensive MVP or whatever. What's the title officially?
Officially, it's the Most Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game.
Well deserved. Can you also speak to the performance of your running back mate, Donovan Edwards, and just how you guys were able to do it together on that big of a stage?
Yeah, he kicked it off nice and early, with two. I think it's the first time ever in the CFP era that someone had two 40-yard touchdowns, and, Donovan deserved it. The Don's back. I loved seeing it. Shout out to Don. I love him a lot.
Take our next question slightly further back on our left.
Jim, after the game last night, you mentioned the team being innocent. I was wondering if you could expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, people asked how we dealt with the distractions, and that was one of the ways we dealt with it. We knew we were innocent, so we stood tall, upright, and innocent.
Have our next question over here on our right side, third row.
For both players, last year at this time, you guys certainly had the feeling you could run it back again and be here again. I know, Blake, you're leaving, but Will, do you get the same sense that you guys can run something back again next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got a great group of guys that'll be back next year that are super talented in my class, and other guys that'll come back too. So I'm just ready to keep enjoying this right now while I can, and get back to work whenever we get started again.
Blake?
Yeah, I definitely think the guys will run it back. They know what it takes. They know what it's like, and something Coach Harbaugh always says is don't get a big head. And none of the guys on the team will have a big head after this win. Obviously, we'll enjoy the moment right now, but the guys will be ready to go back to work with Coach Herb and with their coaches. And I definitely believe the Wolverines will be back.
Going to come here to the middle aisle on our right, third row.
Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. Jim, a lot of people feel like college football may be in chaos with all the stuff with NIL, transfer portals, the playoff format that's changing. Do you think it's a sustainable model? And if you could change one thing about college football, what would it be?
The thing I would change about college football is to let the talent share in the ever-increasing revenues. We're all robbing the same train, and the ones that are, in the position to, do the heavy lifting, the ones that, risk life and limb out there on a football field are the players, and not just football players, student athletes. The organizations are fighting hard to keep all the money. The universities, the NCAA, the conferences, and it's long past time to let the student athletes share in the ever-increasing revenues. I mean, it's billions. I keep reading facts and about how much money's being made. Product placement. Yeah, I can't have a can of a different kind of soda up here. I got to put it into a cup here. I mean, everybody is, they're maximizing every single revenue source there is, and but they're not sharing it with the talent. I mean, and there's no business that would ever fly. I mean, the Supreme Court has said the same thing. So, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I would change that one. And there needs to be a voice for the young people, the student athletes. Right now, there is no voice. I mean, there are armies of attorneys, and I've seen them, at the NCAA, I've seen them at the universities, the conferences, and then, if they don't have enough firepower legally, I mean, they go out and hire, the tall building law firms, and they get more firepower. It's just, but there's no voice for the student athletes right now, and it just needs to change. That's a wrong needs to be righted, and I'm starting to compile a list of just the excuses that people give, for not. It's complicated. Well, what about this? What about that? All I know is there's plenty there. There's some. I have simple math. I mean, anybody that's profiting off of the student athletes, me included. Anybody who's drawing a salary, making a livelihood. A lot of people sitting here, robbing the same train as well. That it could take 5 to 10% less of what they're getting. Every organization, universities, a lot of them that are, collecting that money tax-free. At least if you gave it to these guys, it'd go back into the economy, through taxes. The NCAA, the conference commissioner, the Big Ten office, all the conferences, 5 to 10% into a pool. That's one way. And things happened fast this year. You saw it. I mean, people say it's complicated or it takes time. We saw a lot of change, in 1 year, just this year. A whole conference went into the portal overnight. So, these things could happen. Hopefully there'll be some real, I don't know, I mean, for a long time people say, that unionizing would be bad. I mean, maybe it's that if people aren't going to do it, if they're not going to do it out of their own goodwill and do what's right, I mean, that's probably the next step. You think, I mean, got nothing against unions, so that's the next step, fellas. I mean, I think that's the way you got to go. That's what I'd like to see change, in college athletics.
Take our next question, fourth row on our left.
Ryan Zook, Ann Arbor News. Jim, what do you remember most about what Biff Poggi told you about Blake Corum during the recruiting process, and how did he kind of embody that during his Michigan career?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't one person who didn't have something great to say about Blake Corum during the recruiting process. Everybody he came in contact with, teachers, at the school. You could go back to the grade school coaches. Biff loved him like a son. Coach Masai, everybody, and the counselors, everybody. And then get to see it for your own eyes. It's, man, they don't come any better. This is as good as they come. Same with Will. They're just stalwarts, and it's
Thank you, Coach.
Really everything that their parents, both of these parents, poured into Will, poured into Blake, poured in a great work ethic, discipline, and there's this empathy side of both these young men that's very rare when it comes to, a stalwart, a competitor, but also they care about other things than just themselves. I mean, two great ones. People talk about younger generation and what's the next generation going to be like, and it's going to be the demise of the culture. But we're in really good hands. We're in really good hands with guys like Will Johnson and Blake Corum and all the players, all the youngsters that I come in contact with on a daily basis.
Next question right here on the aisle, third row.
Jim, you came back to Michigan to help rebuild your alma mater. Now with a national championship trophy, do you feel like the mission has been accomplished in revitalizing this program?
It's been a team effort all the way. Nothing fancy, no surprises. Just good old-fashioned, roll up your sleeve, hard work, and teamwork. It's been a beautiful thing. It's so often the goal is you're chasing perfection, and it's hard to be perfect, and rarely comes around. And you hope to achieve excellence along the way, but gosh, yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect 15-0. Congratulations. It wasn't just resolution, guys just talking about it. It was repetition, daily repetition, good old-fashioned hard work and teamwork.
Come over here on our right, second row in the aisle.
For any of you guys, after completing this journey here in Houston, is it safe to say this city will always have a special place in your hearts?
Let's start with you, Blake.
Start with me. Oh, 100%. 100%. This is the best game. I've been playing ball since 6, and this is the most fun season, first of all. Team 144 is a very special team, and when we talk about brotherhood, Team 144 is the definition of brotherhood. But that game yesterday, that goes down as the greatest game I've ever played in because of who I played in it with. And definitely Houston will be remembered forever.
Will?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's my first time being out here, but like Blake said, just having these memories with my teammates, just enjoying these last days we had with this Team 144, it's meant a lot, it meant everything. And that game, I'm still trying to grasp everything that happened yesterday, but it's a great feeling.
Yeah, likewise. We had a great time here in January of 21 with the family, Sarah and the kids. We're here for the Bear Bryant Award, and my little guy Johnny, I mean, he wants to be an astronaut now because of that experience and going to NASA. But yeah, this definitely takes it to an even another level. Hospitality was tremendous. Just great. And I know all of our family and our parents, extended family in the Michigan football family. We're all treated top notch. Everybody was real good to us and square dealing down here in Houston, and we had a great time. Loved it. It's definitely will have a special place in our heart going forward. Me personally, anyway. Yeah. And Nico, great to see Nico. Right?
Great to see Nico.
We were here watching the game. Congratulations to the Texans, to Coach D'Amico. I mean, we watched that game, and it was so cool to watch Nico just go crazy in that game. I mean, every time they threw him the ball, he caught it. Every target, every catch, those touchdowns, and cool to see him wearing the letter jacket.
Yeah.
After the game, all of it, and so many guys. I mean, so many former players, Michigan football players. I know Mozzie was here.
Hassan,
Jabril,
DJ, there's a lot of guys there.
Yeah, keep naming them. Man.
Olu
was here. Michael Wainu, Stuber, Jared Wangler.
I think Caesar Ruiz.
Caesar was here? Good.
So, yeah.
It was a great turnout. Just warms the cockles of your heart for them to come back and share that, and all their contributions too. There's so many so many guys that made so many contributions, players, coaches, staff, you know, and we went through a lot of things. I mean, getting to the CFP and not winning, that kind of thing, not being, you know, some of those games. 2016, I mean, coming up, we thought that measurement was short. The fourth down, we thought we were, but sometimes you got to go through those things. You know, you got to go through things. You know, to get where you are, it's meant to be. Just lean on the counsel of God and the Holy Spirit, and you know, there's a time and the place. Our guys have never flinched, though, and never rejected the moment. You know, there's a time to live, there's a time to die, but there's never a time to reject the moment. And that's one thing I can say about, you know, every single Michigan football team that I've coached since I've been here. The guys have always given it their best and had at it. And, you know, this team 144, you know how I feel about them. I think they are the team. So, great.
We'll come over here, right side on the aisle.
Jim, you've got a very powerful voice about these issues you've been talking about for a while. I don't want to put you on the spot, but would you be willing to meet with some of the stakeholders, right? You know, maybe a Charlie Baker at the NCAA, some of these people representing the players, trying to get them, you know, trying to form a union or representation?
Yeah, anybody. I think they know my number.
You ain't hard to find.
But definitely, you know, and Debbie Dingle, you know, talking to many, you know, Fred Upton has had a lot of interest in it, and you know, we're just our friends, you know, just trying to, you know, form people to talk about this and really just get on the side of the players. Coaches, hopefully, they'll use their voice. More people, just more. It's one thing we know. We need more for this cause.
Go to the second row right here, middle.
Blake, this question is for you, Brianna McNary, off the fields in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. What do you want your Michigan legacy to be, you know, and then what did you take away from this journey, all the adversity you faced and all of the cheating allegations, a lot of adversity, and you overcame it, came out on top. So what did you take away from that?
Yeah, the way I want to be remembered is I just want to be remembered as a Michigan man, someone who, you know, did good on the field, but also did good in the community, did good in the classroom, and, you know, laid a foundation for the next generation. You know, when I pass away, I honestly don't want to be remembered for, you know, a touchdown record or anything like that, but more so just a kind human being that brought smiles to people's faces and just made a difference, you know, made an impact on and off the field. That's honestly how I want to be remembered. And, you know, talking about the journey, it was a great journey, just from, you know, where we started freshman year during COVID and to where we are now. It was truly a great process, a great learning experience. And for me, going down last year and, you know, in my mind, I just felt like I was helpless during the TCU game. It was a great journey. You know, I grew as a man, I grew as a football player, and most importantly, I grew as a leader, which I think has helped, you know, Team 144 get to where we are today, along with the rest of the leaders on the team. So, you know, I've embraced every part of this, and, you know, I just want to thank Coach Harbaugh for everything he's done. Best coach in the nation. I'm so glad, you know, I've been coached by him for the last 4 years.
Can I get that in writing?
Oh, most definitely.
We're going to go back to our friends on the dais up there.
Mark Pearson, WNEM, CBS affiliate, Saginaw, Flint area. I know obviously celebrating here in Houston is fun, but what are you expecting the atmosphere to be like when you get back to Ann Arbor?
Electric.
Yeah, well, we're pretty excited about that. Hearing some good things. Parade. I think everybody just wants a parade. I mean, talking to the players, hey, what do you guys want? What do you want to do? Celebrate this? And go, we love a parade. So who doesn't love a parade, right?
Who doesn't?
We're going to move over here to our left.
Hey, for Blake and Will, the NFL's been interested in your coach for years. How do you guys deal with, well, he might be back, he may not be. How do y'all deal with that?
Will?
I mean, there's a reason they're so interested in him. I mean, he's a great coach. He deserves to be looked at in that light. But I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I trust whatever decision he makes is best for him and best for the team. And I'm just trying to enjoy where we are right now and worry about anything like that when the time comes.
Blake?
Yeah,
We're interested in you, Blake. We're interested in you, Will.
Like Will said, Coach Harbaugh is such a phenomenal coach, and if you look up just his legacy as a player and as a coach, he's won everywhere he's gone. And maybe it took a couple years, but Coach, at the end of the day, is a winning coach, and he's won every single place he's been to. And so who wouldn't want him? Who has it better than Coach Harbaugh? Nobody. So when things come up like that, we're like, hey, Coach, you got to do what's best for you. But we just stick to the task at hand. But when you have a great coach like that, everyone wants a piece of you. And, I'm just glad, the University of Michigan has Coach Harbaugh.
We're going to go down here, fourth row on our left aisle.
All right. Mark Russell, QB, Houston area. This question is directed at Coach Harbaugh. So you played for the great Bo Schembechler. So I know rest in peace for him, but what would that mean to him, smiling down from heaven, and also what it means to you being a former player of Michigan, being able to win a national championship as a coach?
So much. I think about that. I think about Bo Schembechler in heaven looking down, and I think there's some things he'd be talking about coming off the ball with lower pad level, and but I think he'd be really, really pleased. Rushed for the ball for like 300 yards. He'd really love Blake Corum. He would love him. Like we do. Yeah, just makes you feel good. Other things, I mean, to get to 1,000 wins this year, that was such a thing. We were just for a couple of years now, we've been counting that down. To do it this year, do it in this fashion, now have 1,004 wins. No team has won more. It's in the video that we. My dad Jack and I wrote back in like 2015 that James Earl Jones narrated. No team has won more. No high school team has got to 1,000 wins. No pro football team. No college team. That's something that 144 years of players, coaches, staff. We feel that. We know contributed to that, and we're very proud of that. And to get there first, it was a race, it was a challenge, and our guys stepped up to it, and with aplomb. So many things. We're just happy and proud, and go blue, guys. Guys did a job and did it great.
Take our next question in the back on the right.
Jim, your father told us last night that you always want a challenge. It's what drives you. What do you think your next challenge is? What do you hope to accomplish the rest of your career?
Yeah, back to everybody. It's always either people want to look at the past or look at the future. Definitely going to just enjoy this, as Blake said. This is one of those moments where it was a great feeling last night, and as good as the one waking up this morning. Okay, that wasn't a dream. That was real. We're national champs.
Yeah.
And we're going to look forward to the happy flight back to Ann Arbor today, and the parade. Hadn't been in too many parades. That'll be fun. That's gonna enjoy that. really looking forward to it.
Come over here on our far left on the aisle.
My name is Thomas Hauk, Michigan minority. December 30th, 2014, in a cold winter day in December, you came to Michigan. And to see you and your father and your mother and your family celebrate, what was that feeling? To celebrate with your family, and your dad was jacked. I'm just letting you know, your dad was jacked last night during the tunnel.
Oh, I know.
He's screaming. Who's got it better than us? And I screamed with him, but I'm just being honest with you. But how does that feel to be with your parents and have your whole family there last night?
It was the best, felt the best. And it was great to see all of our families down there, shoulder to shoulder. Hugged my dad, and he hugged me so hard, his head, like, cut the bridge of my nose, just my glasses went. Should have took my glasses off. But felt great. Mom, brother, sister, brother-in-law, sisters-in-law, nieces, nephews, just everybody, all the families, together was beautiful. Beautiful thing. Felt great. Yeah, that was I remember it well. That was a very cold, wintry day, and temperatures in the minuses. That was like. What a day. We love the changes against the seasons in Ann Arbor. Love these guys. Love the way they just, they rise to the challenge. They never get bitter. They get better. It's just a great time. Great, a lot of things you're thinking about, nostalgia and things, and just a really good feeling. Thank you for the question.
We can take our final question right over here on the right on the aisle.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh, Chuck Culpepper from the Washington Post. The day you were hired, think about it, here you were hired at a place for which you had a deeper and stronger affinity than most coaches when they're hired somewhere, I think it's fair to say. And then for the first 6 seasons, you were usually very, very good, but still trying to get to great where you are now. How hard were those 6 seasons? How trying were they in retrospect?
I don't know. I don't know how hard they were. I never really looked at it as hard. I don't. They were joyful days. I mean, I don't have wouldn't have changed a thing. I got a few regrets. But just a few, and just some of the best times. And like I said last night, I mean, what an exclamation point our guys put on this season. Took on all comers. We're the last one standing. Feels great to be the champs, and I get to. I mean, in my own family, to be my dad's won a national championship. My brothers won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's really cool. I feel like I can hold my head up high now, at least be at their same level. Not sit at the kids' table anymore. Get to join the big person's table. How about that? You're the only guy. But not anymore, So yeah, that feels great too.
Coach Will, Blake, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
That concludes
Go Blue.
today's news conference. Have a great day. Couple minutes. Thank you. If we can just give us a couple minutes and we'll start the next news conference momentarily.